Hi, this is your host on Business and Career Building Series, Obioha Oti. Once again, I want to appreciate all my fans, all my followers, and all that find it useful and interesting to come around my page and my profile to look at some of the topics that I'm discussing from time to time. Also, I want to thank so many of you that have been sharing my posts, especially right from the time I announced the weekly giveaways that I'll be giving to those that share the posts every week for a period of 1 year. I'm really amazed at the results that I'm getting by the mere fact that you guys are taking interest in the posts and actually going ahead to share them. Okay, thank you so much. Maybe I would equally shed a little more light on the giveaways. Like I said earlier, there will be 3 winners. The first winner will win total sum of 5,000. The second winner will win 3,000, and the last person, that is the third position, is going to win 2,000 naira. And this will be done every week. My page manager is already taking note of those that are sharing the posts, and he is already with the required statistics of how many posts each person has shared. Okay, that's that for that. Today I want to talk about a very interesting topic, and the topic is something that so many people are interested to hear. Now, since I started these teachings on business and the career building, I have been emphasizing on the prerequisites of starting a business, what you have to do before you start, the kind of mindset you should have, and a number of preparations you should make. Now, one of the key things that people find as a very big challenge in starting a business is capital. If you sample a number of people, if you conduct a research among people that want to start a business, you will discover that over 80% of them, if not more than that, will tell you that their biggest challenge in starting their business is raising capital for that business. So today's topic is a very important and a very interesting one: how to raise capital for your business. Today's topic will highlight on a number of ways you can raise capital for your business, and I will emphasize some of the habits that will prevent you from making positive moves to raising capitals for your business. Now, let's start. One of the best and the easiest ways to raise capital for your business is to save money. Now, I am particularly addressing people that are engaged in one activity or the other that is already giving them income. For instance, people that are employed in a job, employees. Now, employees are paid salary from time to time. Some are paid monthly, some are paid weekly, as the case may be. If you are thinking of starting a business at a certain time in future, already you have made a plan in your mind, or you've written the plan down, better still, that after so and so years that I'm going to start this business. What you need to do from the beginning is to a plan on how to set some money aside in the form of savings to be able to get to the amount you have deemed necessary to help you to start that business. So the best way to actually raise capital to fund out your dream business is your savings. Now, I'm going to mention so many other ways that you can raise money to fund your business, but today I'm going to really emphasize so much on savings, because as far as I'm concerned, if you are starting a business, especially if you are starting a small business, your savings is a veritable source of funding that will really help you. Okay, apart from your personal savings, another way that you can fund your startup is talking to your family and friends. So many entrepreneurs who could not save on their own, or who found it difficult to raise money through other sources, have found that families and friends can be of a great help to them. Some people today can tell you that the money they used to start their business was given to them by their parents. For instance, I've read a book where Donald Trump mentioned that his father helped him so much in order to raise funds for his business empire. So many people are like that as well. So families and friends can be of great help whenever you want to start a business and you don't have money to do so. Now, another way you can fund your business, especially at the startup stage, is if you find a partner who has money that may not have the kind of ideas you have. So if that partner is willing to bring the money, and then you share the idea with the partner, and the partner can fund that your idea, then you have done a whole lot in trying to fund that business. So this kind of arrangement most of the time is rare in Africa, but in advanced climes, you discover that so many people who want to fund a startup and who may not have that money at that time easily find partners who have money and are willing to fund their ideas. And so many people through that way has gone ahead to form very big conglomerates. Okay, now another way that you can raise capital for your business is to find an angel investor. Now, angel investors are quite different from venture capitalists. Let me explain a little more about what I mean by angel investors. Like the name sounds, angel. These are people that are reasonably well-to-do in the society, that have money, and that would want to assist certain persons who have good ideas, to form a business in order to fund them. For instance, angel investors, they could be entrepreneurs that already have their own business, but perhaps they have excess cash with them that they know can help an upcoming entrepreneur. Most of the time, their aim is not just to make profit, but to equally help other entrepreneurs that are coming up so that they will do well. So these are some of the reasons why angel investors may be interested in funding a startup. Now, one unique thing about angel investors is that, unlike venture capitalists or banks or some other kind of investors, they may not be very strict or very rigid in the documentation process of trying to fund an entrepreneur who just have an idea that has not been tested. Banks are more security conscious than angel investors. And the venture capitalists also would want to be sure that the startup that they are going to fund is something that is tested. And as a new entrepreneur who just came up with an idea, some of the rigid conditions that financial institutions bring may be too difficult to meet. So angel investors come handy in situations like that. Okay, now another way you can fund your startup is by looking at some of your assets that are available to you. For instance, if you have a piece of land, in Africa most times people inherit pieces of property like land and maybe building from their parents. Any other asset that you have that you can either sell or lease in order to get the money you need to fund your business, you may look in that direction. Most of the time in Africa especially, we are too emotional about some of the properties that we inherited from our parents. Sometimes we are so unwilling to dispose of them, especially when we know that if our dream business is anything to go by because of the passion we have. When we make enough money in that business, we would have the capacity to even buy such property 10 times over. So if you detach that a little bit of emotion from that very property, and you are sure that if you dispose of it, you'll be able to realize the money to fund that business, and you are going to equally be capable of replacing that property 1,000 times or several times over, then that's a good way also of raising capital. Now, there is another way that a lot of people have used and it has worked very well. That is advance payment from your potential customers, your prospects. Now, there are some customers that wouldn't mind giving you money ahead of you delivering either the goods or services that they are expecting from you. Now, if you have such reputation enough to convince a customer to give you advanced payment, give you money before you deliver your promise, that is a very good source of raising funds for your business. Businesses that will succeed in this way are especially businesses that don't need a whole lot of equipment to start, or a lot of things like an office space, a building, and so on to start. All you just need is collect money from your customers, maybe supply them what they need, and then take your own gain from it. If you can do businesses like this from time to time, you discover that you will be able to build a lot of capital in order to go deep into the business you want to do. Now, many people may not know this. There are a lot of organizations also that are interested in getting entrepreneurs that have very good business ideas that are most likely to work at the long run. Now, such entrepreneurs can come together and form a kind of competition where entrepreneurs come to pitch their business ideas in the form of a business plan. Now, when such entrepreneurs enter into competitions like this, they may win a whole lot of money that will help them to fund their business ideas. So, entrepreneurs that so much believe in their dreams, that believe that they will be able to succeed in whatever idea that they have to fund, such entrepreneurs can equally take advantage of those business competitions, entrepreneurial competitions, and send in their business plans and defend them and believe that they are going to win. One of such is the one that is being organized by the Tony Elumelu Foundation. There are so many of them also. If you Google them, if you are interested, just Google entrepreneur competitions or business plan submissions, and then you will find a number of them, and perhaps you can enter such a competition and win. Okay, now there's another one, another way you can get the fund that you need for your startup, and it is called crowdfunding. Crowdfunding became so popular because of the growth of the internet. The basic idea is just that a whole lot of people are involved in funding your startup. For instance, small amount of money is being contributed from so many people, and when such money is contributed, little amount, it is crowded into an account and used to fund a startup. So it's another way an entrepreneur can take advantage of raising money for the business. Okay, now another way, which is the last suggestion I usually give to people who want to raise money for their business, is going to the bank to borrow money. Why I say this is that I don't advise entrepreneurs that just want to start a business to rush to the bank to borrow money. Of course, the likelihood that a bank will agree to lend money to a startup is very, very low. So the truth is that many entrepreneurs will find it very difficult to borrow money from the bank to fund their startup. However, if you have started your business and your business is growing well and is very, very profitable, you can now go to the bank, and the bank would be very interested in trying to provide the funds, especially larger amount of funds that will help your business to grow. Okay, now there are so many other ways. I have not exhausted the list, but I just mentioned basic ways. You know, one can decide to raise capital for business. There are so many other ways. For instance, you can raise capital by monetizing your skill. For instance, if you are somebody that is skillful in one way or the other, there are a lot of people that know how to talk. You know, if you somebody that can make speeches, you can monetize that skill. If you are somebody that can write a book, you can monetize it. Maybe the royalty you get, or even if you self-publish, the whole money you get from that, you can use it to start a business. Who said that you cannot? Okay, there is even another way, though I don't advocate for this, but it's a way that one can raise money. For instance, gambling is a very popular thing now. Most of the time they have found so many variants of it, especially the one that has to do with sports betting, a lottery, and so on. You can win a lottery, and if you are wise enough, you can use the proceeds of that lottery that you have won to start a business. Personally, I don't do lottery. I don't believe in it. I don't believe that it is a veritable source of raising income for business. But the truth is that if you can win a lottery and you can use the money wisely to start a business, who says that you will not succeed in that business? Wow. Okay. Now, like I said from the beginning, I will list all these different sources that an entrepreneur, or different ways an entrepreneur can raise funds for a business. Then I will briefly, maybe within 10 minutes or so, emphasize on savings particularly, some of the things that will make an entrepreneur not to be able to save well for his startup. Okay, now I have identified a number of things that an entrepreneur or somebody who has that entrepreneur mind, even though you are an employee working in one place or the other at the moment, I've been able to identify some things that you have to avoid to enable you, save money for your startup. Okay, now, if you actually want to save money, you need to make a plan. Have a plan. For instance, if you are earning, let's say, 50,000 a month. Okay, let me even come lower. If you are earning something like, let's say, 40,000 a month, and you have been able to discipline yourself enough such that about 30,000 out of the 40 that you earn will be okay to take care of your basic necessities, yourself and your family. Or if better still, you don't have additional responsibilities that a family can bring. Let's say you only have yourself to take care of, and you can save 10,000 naira out of the 30,000 naira that you earn. I'm just giving an example because I'm sure some people are going to tell me now that this my example is not practicable, that nobody can survive on 30,000 naira a month. But I'm just giving, for instance, because I can equally take it up to people who earn 100,000, 200,000, even up to 1 million, as the case may be. Okay, so now, if you have decided that you are going to set aside a certain amount of money every month, you have already done a little calculation that is specific to you, and you know that at least you can manage. It's not as if you are going to be so comfortable with it. It's not as if it's going to give you the luxury you would have wanted to have, but at least you have something that you are planning to reach. You have a goal in mind, so you really need to struggle a little to give yourself certain level of discomfort in order to reach your dream. So now, let's say out of 40,000, you decided to save 10,000 naira every month. Be disciplined about it, be committed to it, and always make sure that that amount is set aside every month. I'm just giving an instance. Of course, if you are setting aside 10,000 naira a month and you have worked for 1 year, from January to December, 10,000 naira a month is already 120,000. If you do that for 2 years without even investing any amount in it, that is 240,000. Now, there are some businesses, some people who had 240,000 who have started. Even 50,000 naira, a lack of it is making a whole lot of people not to be able to start one little business of the other. Remember, most of these ideas that I'm bringing out is most suited for small businesses. And so I'm just specifically addressing small businesses. I'm not talking about very big organizations and so on. I'm specifically addressing small businesses. Okay. So now, if you are making such savings, these are some of the things you just have to avoid. 1, impulse buying, impulse purchases. If you are saving money, make sure that you are disciplined whenever you want to buy anything. Don't just buy things that you didn't plan to buy from the onset. Don't buy anything on impulse, no matter how you think you need it at that time. No matter how attractive whatever it is to you, just be disciplined in your savings. Be disciplined in your behavior, because if you don't, you will not have that commitment in order to save. Then, the second thing I want to say is that if you are saving money for a business, avoid hose schemes. Avoid a whole lot of schemes that people will come up and tell you that I tried this one, I tried this one. If you bring so and so amount of money, they are going to double that money, or they are going to treble that money. So many of them are all over the internet trying to defraud people of their hard-earned savings. Don't do it. I remember a certain time when I was in the university, somebody who I so much trusted took me to a Ponzi scheme that had a lot of promises that they are going to pay me 3 times of the money I invested. Because of the level of trust I had for this person, I quickly invested my school fees. In fact, I don't want to remember the details of what happened to me, because I was driven out of the exam hall because I took my school fees there, hoping that before the school starts, that I will be able to replace the money. Eventually, till this day, the money never came back. So avoid Ponzi schemes, avoid hoes, investment schemes, get rich quick schemes, and so on. Please, if you need to save and save diligently, save in a disciplined manner, avoid that. Now, this brings me to one quote that is credited to Warren Buffett. I saw it on CNBC.com, and the quote goes like this. He said, reasons why smart people get broke are 3 L's. The first L, he said, is liquor. Second L, he said, is ladies. And the third L, he said, is leverage. Now, let me start from liquor. If you want to save money for business, and you know you have so much appetite for liquor, that is drinking, especially as it has to do with alcohol, please avoid alcohol. Because if you are the kind of person that loves to drink so much, if you have that urge, to always drink, before you know it, you waste the whole of your savings on alcohol. So avoid it. It's not good, according to the statement that was credited to Warren Buffett. Okay. Now, the second one he mentioned is ladies, that is women. One of the biggest source of waste of money to a whole lot of people these days, especially men, is where women are. Sometimes women also spend their money on men, but that is very rare. So men who want to start a business, as much as possible, should avoid women, especially women that are so materialistic, women that the only interest they have in a relationship is money, because there is no limit to whatever demands they can always make from a man. So if you are really serious about saving money for your business, please avoid women, and vice versa. Also, women who want to save money for a business, avoid getting involved unnecessarily with men that will drain away all their hard-earned income. Okay, now another thing that you have to avoid, especially in Africa, is superstitious beliefs. In Africa, people still believe that certain rituals can be performed, and all of a sudden the person will become rich. A lot of people believe in such things. Sometimes, if you even take it to the extreme, maybe people believe that certain things can be done without even working, without even doing anything. All of a sudden, in a very magical way, money will just come from nowhere. Avoid such things, because before you even start the process of doing it, you would have committed the little money you had with you right from the outset. And if you commit this much money into such schemes, then at the long run, you will have spent all the money you have saved over time, and at the end, you've lost everything. What I'm saying includes So many people that make promises in religious circles. For instance, in the church, sometimes people say, come out, make a pledge, maybe sow a seed and stuff like that. With all the money you have, including the money you've been saving for years for your business. The truth is that when you do that, such things don't in a magical way bring money or double whatever money you have given. It is only hard work, that pays. It's only smart investment. It's only good planning in a good business that can actually pay you. Whenever you bring money, either to a juju priest or a religious leader or whatever, hoping that all of a sudden money will fall from the sky, you are making a mistake. Okay, so avoid all those kind of stuff. Now, another thing you need to avoid is working without a specific plan. If you are saving money for anything, you need to have a plan so that you will know at the time you have saved up to the amount you would want to use to do the business, so that you will be sure that this amount I have saved, so far will help me to at least start from somewhere. Remember, I am emphasizing starting. Start. Stop giving unnecessary excuses. Start. No matter how little the money you have, start. It does not matter that you started small in your business. What matters is that you have thought big. You are thinking concerning that business is big. Start small, but think what? Big. Okay. Then, don't enter into unnecessary competition with people. What I'm saying is that certain people, especially those that are working at jobs, employees, most of the time they compete unnecessarily with their colleagues. They compete with schools that their children attend. Some people be like, the school fees they pay in the school that my child is attending is 100,000 a term. Then the other person that whose child is attending the school where they pay 10,000 now will feel inferior to that one that is paying 100,000. And then because he wants to compete, or because he wants to feel like the other person, he'll now go and enroll the child in a school where the school fees is so high that you will not be able to make savings or even be able to plan your life very well. Sometimes you try to compete with people based on the kind of car they drive, based on the kind of house they live, and so on. Avoid that. If you are somebody that has a plan, just stick to your plan, no matter whatever is happening. Be frugal, be thrifty, be stingy in the way you release money anyhow. Just concentrate on that your plan, and the plan is the plan to raise the money that you need for your business. That is just the goal. How to raise the money you need. Don't look at any other thing, because the most important thing is that if you have the money you need for your business and the business starts, in a matter of time, you can be able to do anything you want to do. Okay, the video is already getting long. I think I have to stop here for now. Remember, I will take this topic further because it's going to have a part 2. It's likely going to have even part 3 and part 4, because there are so many things I have to talk about when it has to do with raising funds for your business. Personally, when I started Blessed Trust, I did not collect any loan from the bank. I started with a little money I've been able to save over time. And with time, a whole lot of things started happening. And at a point, even certain banks that saw the transactions that we were doing started asking us to come and take money from them. And even at that, I was not interested, because the best money you can use to do a business is your own money, and the money that is the profit that you make from that business. Okay, I think I have to stop here for now. Let this video not be unnecessarily too long, but I believe that anybody that wants to start a business, raising funds for that business should not be a big challenge. All you need to do is to do a little research, be a little disciplined, be a little more committed to the business you want to start, and then go ahead. It may not really, it may not be automatic. What I mean by that is that you may not just have all the money right now to start that business, but if you discipline yourself and you are matured about the process, the procedure you have mapped out for yourself, and you follow it strictly, I believe that every entrepreneur who is serious about starting a business will be able to do that. Okay, I will stop so far. Within the week, I believe I will be able to come live and take questions and then some other things that other people may want to ask about most of the videos I have made on business and the career building series. Okay, so please don't forget, continue to share these videos. Let it reach so many people, because I want so many people to see these videos and also improve in their business. Those that have a business that need to grow, they will know what exactly to do in order to make those businesses grow. Okay, thank you so much for now, and we're going to call it a day at this point. So bye bye.